Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. My channel, it's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn, and my journey in this fabulous yarny community. Returning subscribers, hi, thanks so much for coming and spending a little bit of your Wednesday with me for WIP Wednesday. March is National Crochet Month, so we're also going to add in hashtag Crochet for Me 2023 on our WIP Wednesday adventures for the month. So let's start with what I'm wearing. Not necessarily WIP, it is an FO. I have finished myself a cardigan. This cardigan is a pattern that I did for my granddaughter. It's a hay carry pattern. I will link it below. This was probably the least difficult sweater I've ever made. Basically, you make 5 panels. The back panel, 2 front panels, and the 2 sleeves. Lay it all out, sew it all together, and you've got this really cute cardigan. This is the, it has some beautiful Irish name that I could never pronounce. It's E-I-R-U, I believe. I'll link it below. It's a fabulous pattern. Her patterns are so great. I used Karen funnel cakes in the color lilac. It's 100% cotton of a number 4. Machine wash and dryable. 425 yards per cake. This is what I have left of the 3rd cake. I adore this. This was, like I said, the absolute least complicated sweater I have ever put together. I managed to put this together in about, because I wasn't monogamous to it, it took me about 5 days. But it is going to be perfect for these transitional days. We're going back to a very fall winter pattern here for Central Florida. Next week they said the lows are going to be in the 40s and we're going to get barely to the lower 70s, so the mornings are going to be chilly around here. So this is absolutely perfect, a layering piece. I love the colors, the mauve and the purple. Well, it's not even really purple. These are like grays and light blues. I don't know why they call this lilac, because this to me does not read purple. It's more blues and grays and this mauve-ish, pinkish. Well, maybe that's where they're getting the purple. They might think this is purple. But I love this. I did modify this. Now, I don't know if I can do this without screwing up too bad. It's longer. I did a longer starting chain than what she suggested because I wanted it longer. The pattern is for cropped, but it's very easily customizable because there's no multiples. So as you can see, it's longer. It comes down a little bit further. It comes to about my tailbone. I like longer sleeves. I'm a real long sleeve girl. I like them to come down over my hands. So again, I made the sleeves a little bit longer. I just went up a size on the sleeves. But this yarn, this Karen funnel cake, it's fun to work with. I think it makes a really cool pattern. Somebody said, I think it was Sam from Memphis Makes, says she thinks it looks like an animal print. I kind of think it looks kind of camo-ish. I don't know. It's just a fun transitional cardigan for the spring and fall here in Florida. And I love it. And I'm so crochet, or hashtag Crochet for Me 2023, project number 1 done. And since this went so well, I decided that, you know, it's only what, the 8th of March. Okay, I'm going to move you guys back close again. Look at that. I did it without too much juggling. I decided I wanted to do another one, but I wanted something a little less bulky. And yes, on Monday when I was talking about it, I said, go through your stash and find that yarn that you've been hanging on to. I've got a ton of yarn that I have been hanging on to for that special project, for that perfect project. I decided that along with hashtag 2023 or Crochet for Me 2023, I was going to use some of my special yarn and make myself something. So I pulled out 5 skeins, hanks of this. It is so pretty and so soft. Wait till you guys see it. This is, of course, we can't get this anymore. Me and my discontinued yarns. This is by Knit Crate, and we all know what happened with them. This is their Vitalana Lofty DK. The colorway is called Hydrangea. Wait till you hear the fiber content of this. It's 48% merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, 32% organic Pima cotton. It suggests anywhere between a 5 and a 7 millimeter, oh no, that's knitting, a 4.5 to a 5.5 crochet hook, hand wash, gentle, lie flat to dry. So I took this beautifulness, this heathered light blue periwinkle, and I knew that this is what I wanted to use. I have 5 of these in my stash, and I found a pattern that I'm going to use it as inspiration. It's not going to be a total follow the pattern exactly, because I'm also going to add some elements from Lynette at Charm Grammy's cover up, the White Sand and Ocean Waves, her cover up. I'm going to use some inspiration from that with this. But this is the beginning of a V-stitch cardigan by Wilma Westenberg. And it's basically a V-stitch panel. And this is how far I've got. Look how pretty that stitch definition is. This is supposed to be the back panel. And then when you get to the shoulders, you break off and you make 2 panels that come down the front. Hers is square, straight down. I am going to attempt, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to attempt. I'm going to make a V-neck, and instead of making a cardigan, once I get to the V-neck, then I'm going to go back and forth and make it a pullover. And then when I fold it in half to come up for the arms, I'll make flat panel arms like I did these, because hers does the sleeves in the round, and I don't like doing sleeves in the round. That's why I shied away from doing things. Now I know how to do these types of sleeves flat and sewing them up. I'm going to use that into this, and I'm going to make a pullover. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to take, I think I have some white, really nice cotton, and I'm going to add to the bottom a row like Lynette did with the triple crosses just across the bottom to give it a little bit of fun, if I can find the right white cotton. With this being, you know, wool and cotton and alpaca. I doubt that I'll be able to find anything exactly, but this is a sport weight. So I don't know that I have any cotton in a sport weight that's white. So I'm hoping that if I don't have, I'll find something, because I really think adding that just one or two, maybe just one row of the wave part in white will just be so pretty with this, for just a pullover, for beach cover up, evening out, just sitting around the house. I loved that skirting part that she put on it. So that's my plan with this. And I love this yarn. Gosh darn, Knit Crate for going out of business. I am using a 6mm hook, one that I got from from Amazon with the pretty flower on it. This yarn, this is the beginning of the second hank, so I have 3 more, and I'm thinking that if I keep 1 hank for each sleeve, then I have all of this and another whole hank to do the front of this, and I should have enough yarn, but we'll see. But I love this. This is so soft and so squishy and stretchy and springy, and it's just enough holey fabric that it won't be a heavy sweater like this, but just soft enough to keep a chill off of your air conditioning, or if it's a chilly evening out and say we're out for dinner or whatever. That's my plan for this one. It's going to be a little more fancy, a little more dressy, but I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done. So this is my mashup of the V-stitch cardigan and the what is it, White Sands and Ocean Waves cover up from Lynanne. So we're going to mash those together and come up with a beautiful project. And the other WIP that I am working on is my Camp Bogey Creek blanket. I wanted to do a holiday themed one. I wanted to do this back in February, but February got away from me big time. And so I have started a blanket. I'm using Tunisian crochet, a pattern of my own. This is as far as I've gotten so far. I'm making this up as I go along. Right now it's 38 inches wide. My plan is to go to about 50 inches. Well, it has to go, the blankets need to be between 35 and 40 inches wide, and 50 to 60 inches long. That is their measurements. If your blankets don't fit those measurements, they find other uses for them, but those are the measurements that they need for the kids to take home. That's their thing. We do what they want. So this one will probably go to about 50 inches, because this is making such a thick, heavy blanket, but it's beautiful. I started down here with the knit stitch. I went to the reverse stitch, the knit stitch, the simple stitch, back to the knit stitch. It's going to have its own border. The first 5 stitches of every row starts with the knit stitch, and the first 5 rows were the knit stitch, and I'll end on the last 5 rows in the knit stitch. So it'll have a border. I might have to run a single crochet around the edges just to kind of give it a complete finished edge on the sides, and just to tie it all together, but it won't need much of a border. I am working on this in between projects, but I love doing Tunisian. The color, I'm using my very favorite Nako Mona Lisa yarn from Mary Maxim. I am using the colors white, soft pink, and lilac. I absolutely adore these colors. I think they're very little girl and very romantic. They, you know, Valentine's Day inspired. They don't scream Cupid and Valentine's Days and red hearts and all that fun stuff. It just says romantic, sweet, and I love these colors. I love this yarn, and I think this project is turning out really good. So this will be the first holiday themed one that I'm going to do. The next one I'm going to do, I am going to do in greens for St. Patrick's Day. So I'll go right from that one into that. Then I'm going to do an Easter one using pastel colors. I haven't figured out what pastel colors I'm going to use. So that takes us into Easter. Then I have some really pretty, I think it's parfait stripes. That's red, white, and blue, kind of picnic-inspired self-striping yarn that I'll use for Memorial Day and 4th of July. So that takes us through that. Then I'll do Memorial Day. Then we go into Labor. So from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So that'll take up, one blanket will take up those 3. And then we're into Halloween, which I'm sure I can find some colors for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. And I might do some other, you know, fun colors in there. But those are going to be my Bogey blanket donations for this year, is these holiday themed. I don't necessarily want them to scream holidays. I just want them to be holiday inspired. So that is where I'm going with my Camp Bogey Creek blankets for this year. So at least that many will be put together, if not a couple more. I have some blanket yarn that I would like to get rid of. And I was talking to my husband the other day. I think for one of the upcoming Bogey blankets, earlier, I think last fall it was, one of my subscribers who has turned into a friend, Lisa, you know who you are. We met up close to my home, and she gave me a knitting machine, an old knitting machine from like the 1980s. And I thought, what the heck am I going to do with this thing? It is huge. It's not an Addy. It's square, long like this. And I thought, I'm going to whip up some Bogey blankets on that. So I'm going to get that out and do some practice runs, see if I can't figure it out. And if I can figure it out, I'm going to record myself working on this knitting machine to make some Bogey blankets. I think it'll be fun. I'll be able to churn some of those out like that. And let's see if it really works. So I'm gonna, my husband, I'm still on a weight restriction as far as lifting, and I guess I'm going to be under that for a while. Like the last time I was at the doctor's, they told me that God forbid I should be in a car accident. The whiplash will be devastating. One of the things they told me is I can't ride a roller coaster for a year. Like, I'm going to go on a roller coaster? But anyway, I'm still under a weight restriction for a while, and probably will be for a while. So, and that thing is really heavy. So I have to get my husband to carry it out to the dining room for me, because I don't have a workstation big enough other than my dining room table to put this ginormous knitting machine on. But I think it's going to be fun. And I'm going to put together some Bogey blankets. And what a fast way to do it. It just will be back and forth on this knitting machine. So I think that'll be fun. I did order some supplies to dye yarn. I'm excited about that. So I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of WIPs going on for WIP Wednesday. So anyway, but that's... Gosh, I've been on here for 20 minutes now yapping, and you guys have better things to do. So I will let you go. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Hey, if you feel like it, leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Check me out on social media, other places. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I would love to see if you are doing hashtag Crochet For Me 2023. Post some pictures on Facebook of what you're doing. Are you doing Sophie's Universe? Show me your project on that. Are you doing multivalence? Show me your progress on that. Are you doing the double dog knit? Show me. I would love to see what you're doing. I would love to see your progress. I'd love just to chat. So until I see you on Friday, whatever you do, be kind to everyone.